Hi, Jamisha. I just got your message. I finally took my lunch break, so sorry that I'm late.
Are you having your lunch break now? What a nasty company. I'm sorry to hear that you have to work like a slave.
That's not true. Lunch for the residents is our priority. So for the staff, our lunch is always served at this time. To be honest, I don't really mind. By the way, how can I help you?
Oh, yes. What's with that bad lunch you made?
Bad lunch? I made some sandwiches and soup today.
I can't eat that. The ingredients are so bland. The seasoning is thin and the bread is a bit hard. Are you going to make me eat something that tastes so bad every day?
I think there was nothing wrong when I made it since I tasted all of them. But sorry if I disappointed you.
Don't make excuses. It must have tasted bad when you made it, since it tastes this bad. You didn't do your best because it was my lunch, right?
No, that's not true.
When are you going to get better at cooking? Well, I can't expect you to do that if you're always dealing with old people every day.
Jamisha, please don't talk like that. Cooking has nothing to do with my current job.
You have to work feverishly because of your low income, right? If you're like that, you'll get tired and cut corners on the housework.
I'm not cutting corners.
How can you say that after serving me that terrible lunch? If you don't want me to complain, you should make a better dish. You're so annoying.
I think you've gone too far, Jamisha.
I thought you'd be a better wife, but in fact, you are really useless. I wonder why my son decided to get married to you. This is just unacceptable. Why don't you learn about how to do household chores properly before concentrating on your work?
I'm not useless. Besides, I'm not a servant nor a slave.
How dare you talk back to me again? Looks like talking back to me is the only thing you're capable of doing. You're no better than a housekeeper or a slave.
I can't believe you just said that. You're being too harsh.
If you feel that way, you should take your housework a little more seriously. You have no right to talk back to me, Amelia.
Yes, I understand. Jamisha, I just saw your message. What's wrong?
Oh, Amelia. Actually, the clothes I had ordered from the department store are arriving today. Can you pick them up after work?
Today?
Yes, because they arrived today.
The department store is in the opposite direction, and the cars will be crowded during the rush hour when I'm about to go home. Can I do that on my day off?
What? I called you because I wanted you to get it today. Why can't you understand that?
If I go to the department store, I'm sure I'll be home late today.
I don't want you to come home late. I mean, if you do that, dinner will be served late too. My son will get hungry when he arrives home.
I know. Please wait until my day off. I'll get the clothes for you.
Huh? Are you trying to take away my fun?
What?
It was a dress I really wanted, and they didn't have it in my size when I visited the shop, so I had to order it. I was so looking forward to receiving it.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I have to go shopping for dinner. If I go to the department store, I'll be late.
That's enough. I won't ask you anymore. You're really useless no matter what I ask you.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about dinner. Just go get me some clothes.
What? But then, who's gonna prepare the dinner?
Landon and I are going to go eat Chinese food nearby.
Are you talking about the fancy restaurant near here?
Yes. Is it bad?
No, it's not bad. But isn't it a little overpriced? That restaurant is for some special occasion. I'll buy you a takeout meal to eat right away.
Oh, are you worried about the money?
To be honest, yes.
I can understand that because you're an incompetent person with low income. But don't worry. My son, unlike you, is super bright.
What do you mean?
As you know, Landon graduated from a prestigious university. He also got a job at a well-known company in our hometown. He's in good hands, so you don't have to worry about money. An incompetent wife like you should just shut up and do as you're told.
That's not true. As a matter of fact, Landon is...
Stop nagging me. Why do you always talk back to me? Can't you even say yes once in a while? Anyway, go get my clothes. Did I make myself clear to you, Amelia?
Yes, Jamisha. As you wish. Hi, Jamisha. Sorry I'm late to reply again. What is this picture you sent me?
It's a credit card bill. I wonder why you ask me such a stupid question. Nothing more than that.
I understand that, but why are you sending me this?
Because I want you to deposit money. Can't you even understand that?
Why do I have to deposit the money?
Because it's my order.
Wait a minute. There's no way I can deposit $2,000.
Why not?
In the first place, what did you use that money for?
Well, various things.
What do you mean by various things?
Do I even have to give a breakdown to you? I used that for buying clothes, lunch with friends, and for the Chinese dinner the other day. By the way, I wonder if it also includes the cost of that overnight trip I took with a friend the other night.
You spent all of that money alone?
That's right. To stay young forever, you need to invest in yourself.
So you're talking about self-investment. It's just a luxury expense, isn't it?
Luxury expense? That's rude.
I can't pay $2,000 for your overly extravagant purchases. I'm sorry, but you will have to pay for it yourself.
Huh? What are you talking so cheekily about? You're relying on my son's income to pay your bills. You have a low income from an incomprehensible job. But you're being so pompous and arrogant.
I beg your pardon?
If you can't pay my credit card bill, why don't you change your job? Try to find a job that pays a little better.
I don't have a low-income job. And about your son's income?
Shut up! How much more are you willing to go against me? You can't even do a single household chore.
I'm not talking about housework now, am I? I can't pay what I can't pay no matter what you say.
If you say you can't pay for this, then get out of this house.
Excuse me?
No matter how good my son is, you're relying too much on that boy's income. Anyway, I'm the boss in this house. Go and deposit the $2,000. If you refuse, I'll have you leave this house.
Oh no. I'll talk to my husband about this.
Amelia, did you give me a call a while ago?
I did. Where are you now?
I had to take care of something.
You shouldn't waste your time, Landon. If you've got the time, maybe you should go into the field and study.
Yeah, I'll do that starting tomorrow. So, what is it?
Your mother asked me to deposit $2,000 into the account.
$2,000? For what?
Apparently, it's the money she spent on shopping and fun. She paid everything with credit card.
Really? That's so typical of her.
What do you mean? We can't afford to pay $2,000 that your mother spent on fun right now. You should talk to your mother first.
But it won't do you any good even if I tell my mother. My mother is a person who thinks that whatever she said is absolute.
We don't have time for jokes like that.
I know, but...
Besides, your mother thinks of me as a slave. Wait, let me correct that. She said I'm less than a slave.
Seriously? She might be right about that.
What? I work full-time and do all the housework. I'm neither a slave nor less than a slave. I'm doing my duty as a wife.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you? In my house, my mother's word has always been absolute.
I'm being treated so harshly and unreasonably. Are you telling me that you won't defend me?
What's the point of defending you? My mom's right anyway.
I don't think that's the point. You're my husband, right? Tell her that we can't pay for her credit card bill, okay?
I don't want to do that. Mom's gonna talk me out of it anyway. If you really can't pay, why don't you tell her?
Huh? Why should I do that? She's your mother, right? I think you should tell her exactly what's going on with you right now, too.
Give me a break.
That's my line. Anyway, you should tell your mother about the $2,000. I'm sure your mother won't be listening to me.
Okay. Hey, Amelia, did you deposit the $2,000?
Jamisha, me and my husband can't deposit that money.
Huh? How incompetent are you? Are you incapable of doing what I say?
Because that money is mostly for your entertainment expenses. It's not money we need to live on, is it? Why should we pay such money? I just can't understand it.
You can't even do the housework and you only have a low-income job. You should pay that much since you're being such an incompetent wife.
No matter how you look at it, that's the money you should be paying.
How much more of a useless wife can you be? What I say is absolute in this house. My son grew up learning that.
I told him that you want us to put $2,000 in the bank account.
I know. He told me too. It sounds like you've been bad-mouthing me a lot, huh? That I'm treating you like a slave? You want him to tell me that you can't deposit the money, right?
Did he say it like that?
Landon trusts me. In this house, what I say is absolute. You are no better than a slave if you are always rebelling and disobeying me.
I'm not your slave.
I'm sure my son is annoyed because you're like that. Your expression always speaks loud.
Is he complaining so much about me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm sure he regrets marrying you since you're such an incompetent person. After all, Landon is a good boy who is capable and obedient to me. I'm sure he feels that marrying you is a hassle.
I don't think it's a hassle. Is that really what he thinks? I work and do all the household chores by myself. Why would he feel that it's troublesome?
Huh? How dare you say that you are doing the housework properly? I didn't think you were such a brazen wife. Then I guess I'll have to ask you to divorce my son.
Divorce?
Yes. We don't need an incompetent wife who does nothing but rebel against her mother-in-law. I want Landon to leave you immediately. You were the wrong wife for this house. I'm going to find a new wife for the sake of my son and family.
So, you're telling me that you want a wife who doesn't work and is good at housework. I see. I understand. But even if that works for you, I wonder if Landon will agree with that.
You don't have to worry about that.
That's not how it works. You are too harsh.
Stop blabbering nonsense. I'm asking you so much and you're reluctant to even pay my credit card bill? You are a lousy wife. Honestly, I can't deal with you anymore.
What?
I'm going to ask Landon to write the divorce papers, and I need you to sign your name on the form and turn it in.
I've never discussed divorce with my husband, but you still want us to get a divorce?
Yes, I do. I know that Landon agrees with me. So, I want you to pack up your stuff and leave today. Is that clear?
Okay then.
Amelia, I need to ask you something.
What is it? I already cut ties with you, so I have nothing to do with you.
That's not important. Can you explain why my son is fired from his job? He said that you fired him.
Yes, you're right. Your son was fired by me.
Huh? What do you mean?
I've been telling you that I have a proper job, but you didn't listen to me.
I don't remember you telling me that. You've been working a low-income job for a while now, haven't you?
I'm a caregiver.
I know what that is. It's not a lucrative job.
Our work is not lucrative or unprofitable.
That's why you keep doing that job to keep yourself afloat.
I'm on the front lines of caregiving myself, but I'm also the manager of a facility.
What? You mean you're the president?
I don't really like the term president, but I guess that's what it means.
You're kidding, right? I can't believe you're the president. And why should you fire a good boy like Landon?
You don't know anything about him.
What are you talking about?
Your son was fired from his previous company too.
Fired? When was that?
About 2 months ago.
What? Why was he fired?
He was very unprofessional at work.
That must be a mistake. My son is a good man.
But it's true that he was fired. He was absent without notice, harassed other employees, and even violated the company rules.
I can't believe he did that. So you're saying that he has been unemployed for the past few months?
Yes, that's right. I told him many times to look for a job, but he didn't want to move on his own. When I suggested him to work at my nursing home, he said he'd do his best, so I offered him the job.
You gave him a job offer, but in the end you fired him?
Yes, I did.
How could you do such a terrible thing?
Your son used the privilege of being my husband to access the facility's office. He was stealing money from the safe under the watchful eye of the staff.
No kidding. There's no way my son would do such a thing. It's just a story you made up, isn't it?
I'm telling you the truth. The clerk insisted that the books didn't match the cash, so I was trying to figure out why. I checked the security camera in the office just to be sure. I found footage of your son opening the safe and taking the money. I fired him immediately.
Oh no, there's no way that boy would do something like that.
He was fired from his last job, but he wasn't even looking for a job. Also, he was away a lot. Apparently, your son was addicted to gambling.
Gambling?
Maybe he thought it was just a change of pace at first, but he had too much time on his hands, so he got more and more addicted. By the time I realized it, he had used up all my savings, but he still couldn't quit gambling, and it seems he was stealing money from my company. It's theft, isn't it?
Theft?
Or maybe it's embezzlement since he was betraying me, whom I trusted, and stealing from me. I'm now discussing with my lawyer about your son.
Oh no. Does that make my son a criminal? You are the president of the company, aren't you? Do something about it.
There's no way I can help your son, because your son's theft was caught on the security camera. The entire staff knows about it. I can't just pretend I don't know about it.
So why don't you just take advantage of your privilege as president?
Why should I do that? As a business owner, I should never do that.
Are you telling me that you don't care about what happens to my son?
Because it can't be helped. He's the one who's responsible for his own bad behaviors. Or are you telling me that your son can't even make his own decision?
I don't think so.
Besides, even if he had gotten a job with us as planned, he'll be fired anyway.
Why?
Because of absenteeism, power harassment of other employees, and violations of the company rules. He was fired from his previous job because of the same reasons. I don't think someone like him can just change his behaviors in a short period of time. I think your education must have been a problem too.
Huh? Is it my fault? I raised my son diligently. That's why I brought up an excellent son.
Your excellent son is absent without permission most of the time. He's also harassing his coworkers. Besides, he embezzled from the company. Is that what you call an excellent son?
That can't be true. Then what's going to happen to that boy?
We'll probably have to sue him for embezzlement. We're talking with our lawyer in that direction.
So the police will get him too?
I guess so. Besides, I'll also charge him alimony for the divorce. He didn't even bother to search for another job after he quit his last job. He wasn't willing to help me when you bullied me. He embezzled money by taking advantage of the fact that his wife is the president of the company. There's no reason I can't charge for the alimony, right?
He's your ex-husband. You must give him a little preferential treatment.
I refuse. He's the one who was so oblivious when I asked for help. By the way, your credit card bill of $2,000 will be charged to you. Don't forget about that.
Well, I guess I should use my son's savings.
Huh? Don't you understand what I just said? Your son has used up all his savings while he was unemployed. I'm sure he's penniless now.
No way. That's why I told you to deposit the money.
You've got to be kidding me. Why should I pay you with the money I worked so hard for? I don't get it. I've had enough.
Oh no. What's going to happen to my son and me now?
You just need to be prepared for the worst. I think it's the result of treating your son's wife like a slave and spending as much as you want. Because your son was raised by you who seems to lack common sense. I think he might have had something important as a human being distorted. In a way, he is a victim of your education.
What a terrible thing to say. I've lived with you as your mother-in-law and you don't even want to help me?
There is no way I owe you anything after being treated so terrible like that. I will never speak to you or your son again. Please do not contact me ever again. If you ever come near me, I will report you to the police without hesitation. So please be prepared for that.
Are you serious? Please help us.
Absolutely not. Please think about what you've done. Besides, I'm no longer married to your son. I will block your number too.
Amelia, please. Don't abandon me and my son.
After that, I filed a claim for alimony against my ex-husband through my lawyer. Also, he was found guilty of embezzlement in my company and was fined about $5,000. However, my ex-husband, who could neither pay the alimony nor the fine, had no choice but to ask his relatives to pay it on his behalf. Because of that, now their relatives are giving them cold shoulders. The relatives also said that they will cut ties with Landon and his mother after the payment. Now they're renting a small apartment on the outskirts of town. Seems that they are also feeling ashamed of themselves. My ex-husband, who has not been able to find a regular job, has been working several part-time manual labor jobs. Jamisha is also working part-time as a cashier to make ends meet. Even so, it seems that they can barely make it through a month. Anyway, serves them right. As for me, I'm still working as a caregiver. I really want to devote myself to nursing care work, where I have direct contact with the residents. I've entrusted my father with the responsibility of being the president of my company. I want to continue doing my best to bring smiles to the faces of as many residents as possible.
Addison, I want you to divorce Ryan. Excuse me? What do you mean, Tessa? You're incompetent and not suitable for my son. Leaving him behind to go on a vacation? Vacation? Oh, do you mean my business trip? I'm currently in China for work. Stop using that excuse. I know you're there for fun. It's a business trip, not leisure. If you doubt it, feel free to check with my office. Your office? You pretend to be a professional while you're just a high school grad. So blatant. Pretend or not, I am a professional. You're married and became someone's wife. It's distasteful and rude to still be working. That part of you has always irritated me. But what's truly despicable as a wife is leaving your husband behind for a trip. Absolutely unacceptable. I don't know where to start correcting you. It was a mutual decision between us to keep working. He's on board with it. He knows about the business trip. He even encouraged me before I left. Anyway, you found out about it from him, right? That's right. He said you'll be in China for about half a month. He was lamenting that he had to work and take care of the house at the same time. Lamenting? Of course. How dare you make him do household chores? You're far from being a good wife. You're a low-educated, dim-witted trash. He regrets marrying such a lazy person. Is that why you're telling me to divorce him? Obviously. I advised him to leave you, but my kind-hearted son said it was too painful for him to ask you for a divorce. I'm going to get rid of you on his behalf and set him free. Understood. Well, perhaps it might be best to set him free. Oh, so you do realize you're a terrible wife, huh? Great, let's cut to the chase then. Divorce him right now. No, that won't happen. OMG, what are you saying? Are you making fun of me, despite being a high school grad? What I mean will be clear to you soon enough. My colleague is calling me, so please excuse me. If you're like that, fine by me. I've got plans of my own. You're going to regret making a fool out of me.
Hey, honey. You got weird messages from my mom, right? Sorry about that. Don't take it seriously, okay?
You don't need to apologize. I knew what she said was a lie.
Like what?
She claimed you were lamenting because I'm away and you have to do chores. The reality is, I bet you're secretly celebrating, indulging in TV dinners and pizza while I'm away. You must be thinking it's lucky you get to eat all the unhealthy stuff, right?
But I did have a salad today, and I've been drinking the veggie juice as you instructed.
Good to hear. I'm not telling you not to eat what you like. I just want you to stay healthy and live longer together.
I know. I'm doing it for the same reason.
Thanks, son. Anyway, after chatting with your mom, I think we should speed up that plan.
Wait, did she say something outrageous?
She wants us to divorce.
Divorce? She can't make us do that. We're so in love.
I know, but let's skip the mushy stuff for now.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what she's planning to do, but she sounded determined to cause havoc. She declared with confidence that she had a plan.
When she gets like that, it's never good. Okay, got it. Let's fast track our plan then.
I'll talk to my boss about it too. Honey, be cautious.
Roger.
Hey, Addison. Got some exciting news for you. Exciting news? I'm getting a bad feeling about this. You're supposed to come back tomorrow, right? Yes. What about it? Well, I've cleaned out the place you were going to come back to. Excuse me? A low-educated, incompetent, going on an overseas business trip is just ridiculous. While you were gone, I trashed all your stuff, so don't bother coming back. You trashed my belongings? Did you break into my house? Used a spare key. Ryan must be busy at work, so he isn't here either. If that sweet boy was around, he would have suffered from heartache, so it worked out perfectly. No place for you when you come back. Don't ever get involved with Ryan and me again. I'm thrilled not to see you ever again. What? You saved me some trouble. Thank you so much. What are you talking about? I wasn't planning to go back there in the first place. Neither was Ryan. What do you mean? Ryan isn't coming back? What's going on? This is all you're doing. You've been disrespectful to me, calling me a low-educated incompetent, and you've been complaining about me working, giving an earful to Ryan. There were plenty of unpleasant remarks about me. So we have been planning to move far away. When you mentioned getting us divorced, we decided to execute our plan earlier. So Ryan doesn't live here anymore? Nope. Where is he then? He's in China. What the heck? I'll be working at this branch from now on, so we decided to settle here together. OMG, Moving abroad without telling his mother? That can't be true. My son following a low-educated trashy wife like you. First of all, what about his job? He's a freelance programmer. He can work from anywhere. He'll be working from our new place from now on. He can work from anywhere? That's a lie. He's been going to work every day. That's because of you. What are you saying? He actually wanted to work from home. But if he was there, you constantly bothered him. You kept coming over and talking to him. So he started going to a co-working space every day. Come to think of it, he was always at home right after you guys got married. I thought he was taking a honeymoon leave. What's a honeymoon leave? There's no such thing. You keep calling me a low-educated incompetent, just pretending to be a professional. But you're the one who doesn't understand the essence of working, you know. So what? A wife doesn't need to know about working. You just have to manage the household, do chores, and take care of your husband. Teaching a crappy wife like you, who neglects the family to work and care for my darling son, is a legit duty of a mother. Do you know what Ryan dreamt of as a child? Oh, please, of course I do. He wanted to be a doctor. He mentioned he changed his mind midway through high school. He had to give up his dream because of you. No way. To get into medical school, he needed to study intensely. But whenever he was studying in his room, you would come in every 30 minutes and distract him. You even insisted he sleep early and turned off the lights at 9 p.m. You made it impossible for him to study effectively. So he had no choice but to give up his dream. That's a lie. I did it for his sake. What's more, after he gave up on medical school, you kept nagging him, saying being a doctor is lucrative, and that you'd support him if he tried again. He got fed up with that too. Since then, he aimed to work freely as a freelancer. That's how he became a programmer. That's made up. I never heard that from him. He's kind-hearted, so maybe he didn't want to hurt you. But even he reached his limit this time. This time? You said you were going to make us divorce. I knew you were up to something, but I never expected you to trash all my stuff. Glad I took action first. Both of you, come back right away. This is unacceptable. What's unacceptable? Deceiving me and running away together. Unforgivable. Breaking into someone's home and throwing away their stuff is pretty unforgivable, you know. I was going to throw them away so I don't mind, but I was planning to take them to a consignment store and give the profit to Mike as a gesture of gratitude. Wait, Mike? Why bring up my husband in this? We don't plan on returning to that house, so we asked him to take care of clearing it out. It was a sudden move, and we couldn't manage it ourselves. When we explained the situation to him, he kindly agreed to help. Hold on. Did you tell him about all this? Well, when you're asking for such a favor, it's only fair to explain the circumstances, right? Of course, I made sure to mention why we decided to escape from you and all the insults I've endured. Why would you do that to me? Now he must be angry with me. Oh, you know he's mad. So you do realize what you did was wrong, huh? Surprising that you have that much decency. Who knew? Stop laughing and help me. Tell him you made it all up and I haven't done anything wrong. Why do you sound so agitated? Can't take responsibility for your own actions? You know, he's so scary when he gets mad. Besides, he's already warned me when I made fun of your education before. He said he'll divorce me if I belittle you again. He told you that much, but you still couldn't stop picking on me. Isn't it kind of an addiction? You should take this chance to reflect and change that behavior. Oh no. Now I have great news for you. What? I have a bad feeling about this. Mike's about to arrive there. OMG, why? I told you I asked him to clear out the house, right? He mentioned getting some strong friends to help load furniture and take them to a consignment store. I think they're gym buddies. Those muscular guys? They're intimidating. Oh, wait. The truck's here. Oh no, I can't run away now. Well, make sure to reflect on your actions. Anyway, gotta go. Tessa got caught by Mike and his beefy friends. He was furious and confronted her with a divorce. After getting kicked out of the house, she's forced to work and has started a part-time job as a supermarket cashier. Since she's never worked before, she's been rude to customers and coworkers, on the verge of getting fired. On the other hand, our new life in China has been quite comfortable without the meddling Tessa. Ryan works from home and helps with housework. If Tessa knew, she'd faint at the thought of him doing chores. But he says he enjoys this lifestyle and seems pretty happy.
Hello? Hello, this is Mrs. Smith, the wife of John Smith, is that correct?
Yes. Who is this?
I'm from the police.
The police?
I'm sorry if I startled you. It's easier to contact people by text message these days. That's why I'm texting you like this.
But why do the police know my contact information?
Don't underestimate the police, ma'am. We can look up a private number in a heartbeat.
Oh, I see. Then what can I do for you?
Put your hands up now.
Huh? It's kind of silly telling me to put my hands up by text message. Anyway, I didn't do anything.
It was your husband who did.
What?
Hand over the $5 million in diamonds your husband stole.
My husband?
That's correct. Last night, your husband broke into a jewelry store and stole $5 million worth of diamond jewelry. A police report was filed.
Oh no, you don't think my husband...
I know it's hard to believe, but it is a fact that your husband stole the jewelry. Security cameras caught him in the act.
No, that's definitely not my husband. Isn't this a case of mistaken identity?
No, his face was clearly visible. Some witnesses saw him running away. I'm sure it was him.
I'm afraid to say it, but...
Well, I'm sure it's terrifying. Your own husband committed a horrible crime.
Well, that's not what I meant.
According to eyewitness testimony, your husband fled in his car in the direction of your home. So the diamonds he stole must be hidden at home. If you return them now, we won't arrest him. Now give me the diamonds.
I don't care what you say. We don't have any diamonds.
Oh, you're defending your husband, aren't you?
I'm not defending him. My husband would never steal diamonds. If you say it's on the security camera, show me the proof.
I'm sorry, but I can't show you the data from the security cameras. I'm afraid we can't show it to outsiders.
Outsider? I'm his wife.
Anyway, rules are rules.
That's absurd.
Well, if you insist on not having the diamonds, I'll have to ask you to pay for them.
Huh?
Get me $5 million in cash right now.
$5 million is impossible.
Are you sure you don't want your husband arrested?
Yes.
You are the only one who can save him now.
But there's no way we can pay $5 million.
Then how about 100,000?
100,000?
The jewelry store owner said if you can get me 100,000 for the time being, he'll forget about the diamonds.
What? Is only 100,000 enough?
He went as far as the break into a jewelry store. Your husband must have been in financial trouble. The jewelry store owner is a generous man. He wants to give poor people a chance.
I see.
So, as long as he pays 100,000 at first, the store owner is willing to accept the rest in installments. What do you think? Even you can pay 100,000 right away.
I don't have 100,000 on hand.
Then go to the bank and withdraw the money. If you have it by tomorrow evening, I'll let you off the hook.
You're not a cop, are you?
What? I'm telling you, I'm the police.
You've been saying all kinds of crazy things. We stole $5 million worth of diamonds, and now you're asking for 100,000? Why are you contacting me, the wife, not him?
That's because we were able to get a hold of your information before we could find his.
Oh, my husband passed away 5 years ago.
What?
How does someone who's already dead steal diamonds? Was it my husband's ghost caught on the security camera?
Wait a minute, I didn't hear that your husband passed away.
Oh, you suddenly changed your tone. You're a fraud, aren't you? See, I knew it. You can't answer anything.
Damn it. Well, it doesn't matter now.
You lied about the $5 million diamond theft anyway, didn't you? Your goal from the beginning was to get the money, right?
That's right. As long as I get the 100,000, that's all that matters.
I'll call the police then.
What the hell?
What are you surprised at? You're a scammer.
It's not a scam, it's attempted fraud.
You just tried to cheat me out of my money, remember?
I haven't taken your money yet.
Oh, you're a con man. Don't you know that? You can be arrested for attempting to defraud me.
Well then, I have an idea.
What is it?
If you don't pay me the 100,000, Emma will get hurt.
Huh? Emma?
What are you babbling on about? It's your daughter, Emma.
My daughter.
That's right. Ha ha ha. Don't you care what happens to your only precious little daughter?
How do you know about Emma?
I know everything about you. Of course, I know where your house is.
Emma didn't do anything. Keep her out of this.
It's up to you to keep Emma safe. You know what happens if you tip off the police, right? If you want what's good for Emma, get the 100,000 ready right away.
You're a coward for taking advantage of my Emma. Human scum.
Whatever you say. You want your daughter to get hurt because you were stinging over a mere 100,000?
Well, no.
Emma will be taken far away. I'm sure she'll be in a lot of pain. Poor little thing, she's still so young.
Don't.
If you're her mother, you know what to do, don't you?
Okay, I understand. I'll give you the 100,000.
All right, well said.
But please, just leave her alone.
Fine.
Then tell me where to transfer the money.
No transfers. Bank transfers are a bad idea, so I'll have you hand it to me in person.
Cash?
Yes, cash.
How do I give it to you?
Come to the parking lot of the convenience store in front of the mall tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. Text me when you get there. I'll tell you how to give it to me then.
Understood.
Hey, it's almost time for the meeting. Did you get the stuff ready?
I just arrived at the convenience store.
I see. You didn't tell the police, did you?
Of course not.
Did you get the 100,000 together?
I withdrew it from the bank this morning.
Good. Then you'll do exactly as I tell you from now on.
Yes, okay.
You'll see a white van parked at the end of the parking lot.
Oh, that's the car. Are you waiting for me in the car?
There's no one in the car. I can't let anyone see my face. But the car is unlocked. Open the back and put the cash inside.
I understand.
Just so you know, if you make the slightest wrong move, Emma's dead. You're surrounded by a bunch of my guys right now. They're keeping an eye on you. If you even make a move to call the police, someone will go after Emma right away.
I beg you, please don't touch Emma.
I won't do anything if you don't screw up. Rest assured. As long as you hand over the cash quietly, nothing will happen to either of you.
I just put the bag of cash in the back of the van.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna head to my car now. You get the hell out of here. Alright?
Yes, alright.
Hey!
May I help you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Huh?
There was no money in the bag.
Huh? That's strange. I'm sure I put a wad of cash in there.
You've got to be kidding me. That's a wad of toy money, isn't it?
Oh, you figured it out?
You're a tricky one, aren't you?
How did you see through that?
Who would be fooled by that? I can't believe you went to the trouble of prepping a wad of toy money. Do you really have that much free time?
I just happen to have it at home.
That can't be true. Are you saying you always kept a wad of dummy bills?
Yeah, I always keep it by my side and look at it.
Huh?
Even if it's play money, if you keep it with you, it helps you with wealth attraction. My mother gave it to me as a gift. Today's toys are really well made, aren't they? Just looking at it makes you feel like a millionaire.
You idiot.
But it looked just like the real thing, didn't it? I got 100,000 worth. I'm sure you'll get lucky too.
You've got to be kidding me. Hey, is your daughter Emma home right now?
Yes, she's at home, but...
I'm going to your house now and I'm going to kidnap your daughter.
How are you going to kidnap my daughter? You can't go in there. The front door is locked.
I'm not just gonna ring the doorbell. I'll probably just smash through the window.
What? Are you really going to do that?
It's your fault for making me angry.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Are you saying that the police are in the house?
No, there are no police. I'm worried about you.
What are you talking about now? You're wasting your time trying to stall me like that. By the time you get home, Emma will be long gone. You'll regret teasing me.
Wait! It's dangerous, so don't touch Emma.
Huh?
You'll get your fingers bitten.
Huh? Bite? Is your daughter that rabbit?
She's not rabbit. Emma is a timid and quiet girl by nature. But if you startle her, she might bite.
Biting when startled? Your kid is that undisciplined?
It's impossible to discipline them. Emma is a piranha we keep at home.
Piranha? I thought she was human.
No, she's not a person. She's a fish.
How can a fish be your daughter?
I love her like she's my family. I'd even go so far as to call her my daughter.
Oh no.
So you're not going to hurt Emma. You'd better not do anything strange. You'll be the one who gets hurt.
I can't believe it was a pet. You gave a piranha a confusing name like Emma.
Speaking of names, you're Watson, right?
Huh? How did you know my name?
Oh, you are Watson after all.
You knew all along?
We went to the same college. You've known my husband and me for a while. I didn't think I'd be the victim of a scam by a mutual friend.
But how did you know it was me?
You're the only one of my husband's friends who had my contact information.
What the hell? I hadn't seen you for years, so I didn't think you'd find out.
I know you went to the trouble of sending me a message with a different ID. I knew all along.
How did you find out?
You knew about Emma.
Huh?
Only my family was supposed to know that we kept piranhas in our house. But my husband, before he died, he went out for a drink with you once, didn't he?
I think it was about 5 years ago, right before he passed away.
At that time, Emma had just arrived at our house. I didn't know what influenced him. My husband insisted on getting a piranha. Piranhas have a scary image. I was against it at first. But my husband's enthusiasm got the better of me and I went to the pet store and bought one. Then I found it surprisingly cute. My husband is usually quiet and doesn't talk much about his family. I guess he was so proud that she was his daughter.
Since you mentioned it, John was happy to have a cute daughter named Emma.
But my husband was diagnosed with a disease soon after he brought her home. He passed away in the blink of an eye. We didn't have any children. He loved Emma as if she was his own daughter. I'm sure my husband was disappointed too.
What's so cute about a piranha with such a scary face?
Well, most people wouldn't understand how cute Emma is. By the way, why did you try to take $100,000 from me?
I really needed the money.
If you need money, why don't you work and earn it yourself?
It's not that easy to earn $100,000. Besides, I wanted to get back at John.
Get back at him? Did my husband do something bad to you?
He was smarter than me.
What?
He was a good student, but he was a quiet, dull guy.
Well, yes.
I, on the other hand, was a total failure academically. But I was popular with women and I was supposed to be more successful than him in the future. But John got a good job at a good company and got married before me. And he even had a cute daughter.
She's a piranha though.
Shut up. I thought she was a human being until just now. While he's enjoying his life, I failed to find a job. I was making a living at a part-time job. I couldn't forgive myself for losing everything to him.
I see. I guess it's called male jealousy?
I didn't want to lose to him. I wanted to give him a good beating someday, so I decided to take his money.
But why did you call me the wife? You were only jealous of my husband. I had nothing to do with it, right?
I thought you were easier to fool.
Huh?
John is smart. I thought he'd easily find out it was me. But your grades were about the same as mine. I thought if I told you I was the police, you'd get scared and cough up the $100,000.
I've been taken for a fool too, haven't I?
And you've got a wad of dummy money. You're so clever.
I knew it was you on the other end. There's no way I'd give you $100,000.
How dare you make fun of me? We were friends in school. I never want to see your face again.
Speak for yourself. You didn't even know my husband was dead. Making up lies about diamonds or whatever.
Well, this time it didn't work out, so let's just forget about it. Forget about me. I'm leaving town. And you're never gonna see or hear from me again.
You're already surrounded by cops.
What? No way. There's a police car parked right in front of me. You call the police?
Of course. You tried to cheat me out of $100,000. I already called the police. You may not have noticed it, but before you even met me in the parking lot, your car was already marked.
Damn, you tricked me. You promised not to tell the police, to keep Emma safe.
You tricked me first.
But I kept my word.
So you're going to take Emma away? How? Hold her in your bare hands? Don't tell me you want the whole tank.
No, I don't want Emma.
Then you'll be a big boy and be arrested by the police.
Wait a minute. You know, it was $100,000 in fake money. Calling the police about stealing a lot of play money? That's going a little overboard, isn't it?
And by play money, it was a wad of cash that my mother gave me and I treasured. You took $100,000 worth of toys away from me. If my luck goes down, it's your fault.
It won't go down.
Besides, I told you before, you can be arrested for attempted fraud, didn't I?
Oh no, I don't want to be arrested.
If you didn't want to get caught, you shouldn't have done this in the first place.
That's the only way I could get my hands on $100,000 quickly.
Come to think of it, ever since you were a student, you've always had a tendency to want to have fun. You try to get results without hard work. You skipped class and copying my husband's reports. But if you think it's easy to get $100,000, you're wrong. If you have time to think about some stupid scam, then work hard and diligently.
I understand. I'm sorry. I'll work hard from now on. You're gonna have to help me.
What's the matter with you? You think if you apologize, I'll forgive you?
We're friends, right?
What? Friends?
We hung out together a lot when we were students.
That was a long time ago, not now. I wouldn't call a scumbag who tries to cheat me out of money, out of jealousy, a friend.
I apologize for trying to take your money. So why don't you call the police and convince them to let me go?
I can't.
Oh, come on, why not?
Well then, goodbye, scammer. I have no more use for you. I'll block you too.
Wait a minute. Oh no, a police officer is approaching me. Please help me. Oh my god.
Shortly thereafter, Watson was arrested. Why he was after $100,000 had always been a mystery to me. According to the police investigation, he had no regular job, but he had a serious gambling problem. He was in debt. The amount was a little over $100,000. He came up with the idea of committing this crime. The case was successfully solved though. I am so disappointed because he was an old friend of mine. I am sure that my husband in heaven feels the same way. I hope Watson will work diligently from now on. I would like to continue to live peacefully with Emma, the memento of my husband.
Good morning, hon.
Morning, babe.
You're still in bed, aren't you?
No way. I'm already up and running.
Oh, my bad. We decided to spend time with each other's family separately the day before the wedding, so I thought you'd be taking it easy.
Yeah, I get it. Tomorrow's already the big day. We've been getting things ready while working. It feels like it came in a flash.
True. By the way, about Shannon, can she make it to the wedding?
Unfortunately, no.
Still not possible.
I've tried convincing her several times, but she just doesn't want to come, no matter what.
I see. She really dislikes me, huh?
She's such a strange little sister. You haven't done anything, but she just avoids you.
I can kind of understand her feelings. She's been so attached to you, right? She must be feeling like I'm taking you away from her.
Indeed, she used to stick to me when we were young. She even said she'd become my bride when she grew up.
Sounds like the typical case of a brother complex.
She's already an adult, so I wish she'd start distancing herself from me a bit.
I wonder if I'll ever get along with her.
Not sure. She's pretty stubborn. Don't stress yourself out about it, though.
But we're going to be sisters-in-law. I'd prefer if we could have a good relationship. I was hoping to have a chat with her at the wedding. It's a pity she can't make it.
Oh well, but, come to think of it, maybe it's a good thing that she's not coming.
Why's that?
She tends to throw tantrums when things don't go her way since she was young. When she gets emotional, she might do something unpredictable. Seeing you in a wedding dress might trigger her jealousy. She could lash out suddenly.
That's pretty scary.
That's why I think it's better she won't be there in a way. Let's just enjoy our day. Probably Mom and Dad are secretly relieved that she isn't coming too. You guys can work things out after the wedding.
I guess so.
So we'll meet in the lobby of the wedding hall at 3 p.m. tomorrow, right?
Right.
I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Didn't you just say let's enjoy our day?
Yeah, let's have a blast.
Sure, see you tomorrow. Hi, Macy. I told Walter that I'd skip the wedding, but guess what? Surprise! I came all the way. I mean, I wasn't planning to miss it in the first place. I've got a huge mission, you know. Well, I bet the reception's already started now. You probably won't even notice my message. Macy, I'm not letting you get away with this for sure. You, a 30-something old hag, stealing my beloved brother. I don't know what tricks you pulled on him, but I won't let a woman like you take him away from me. I'm gonna protect him with my life. I'll mess up your wedding big time. You're probably flashing that stupid smile cluelessly right now. I'll drag you down to hell in a split second. I'm coming over there now to give you a big celebration. Just wait and see. It's gonna be a blast.
Babe, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm in the dressing room right now, changing.
Did you get hurt?
I'm fine. I almost tripped and fell on my face, though. Wearing an unaccustomed dress and high heels is dangerous.
I almost had a heart attack.
It was really disappointing, you know. My hair and makeup were perfectly done, and now they're all messed up.
You looked so beautiful. It's really a shame.
I left everything to you. How's it going there? Is the reception going to be cancelled now?
Well, considering the situation, we couldn't really continue after what happened, so we had to cancel it and ask everyone to leave.
I guess that was expected. They must be upset about being sent home in the middle of it.
No, actually, they were feeling very sorry for me. Everyone witnessed what happened.
I see. It's a shame the reception was getting so lively and then it was interrupted. So, did you find Shannon?
Well, she's nowhere to be seen. I searched everywhere inside.
I guess she ran off somewhere.
She's so disruptive. I saw her suddenly barge into the hall, and then she threw a wedding cake at you. What the heck was she thinking?
Speaking of that, I checked my phone earlier and got a message from her.
Oh, from her?
Yeah.
I thought she didn't have your number.
I gave it to her when we first met. We never kept in touch, though. I'm dumbfounded to see a bunch of messages she sent me during the reception.
What did she say?
It seems she had been planning a surprise for today for a while now.
Surprise? But it wasn't a surprise. It was a distraction.
She wrote something like, "Don't take my beloved brother, you old hag," and "I'm going to mess up your wedding." They were like threats.
A notice of destruction.
She's obsessed with you way more than I thought. I felt chills reading those messages.
This is getting abnormal. You better stay with your parents tonight.
Yeah, I plan to.
We don't know what else she might pull off. It's better to lay low at their place for a while.
That sounds like a good idea. They're worried sick too.
Once things settle here, I'll head to you. Show me the messages when I get there.
Sure. Also, there's something about her I want to confirm with my office.
With your office?
I'm a bit curious about something. I called the HR manager earlier asking him to check specific documents tomorrow. I'll explain the details later.
Got it.
Operation success. You look like a ghost covered in cake. Your hair was completely white. Hilarious. I didn't want to get scolded by my parents, so I bailed right away. Too bad your wedding was canceled. If you learned your lesson, give up on my brother, okay? It's audacious for an old hag like you to get involved with him. Seriously, things have been going great lately. Graduating from college this year and finally getting a job offer after a tough hunt. Once Walter divorces you, he'll probably come back home. I'll keep living happily with my beloved brother. By the way, you don't reply at all. Are you ignoring me? Meh, whatever. Probably too devastated by the canceled wedding. You can't even bother checking your phone, huh? I don't know where you are right now, but I never want to see your face again. Just get lost. Hon, I got another message from Shannon.
Oh no.
I was in the shower and didn't notice it earlier. It sounds like she believes you and I are breaking up.
Jeez. I'll be there soon, wait for me. I'll have to sort out that insane sister of mine.
Okay, see you in a bit. Hey, Walter!
Shannon, where are you now?
I'm at the M Hotel near the venue.
You're hiding in a hotel? Dad and Mom have been looking for you everywhere. Come home soon.
No way. I'm scared of them. I don't want to go back just to get lectured.
After throwing the wedding cake at the bride, it's no surprise they're mad at you. On top of it, the wedding was cancelled because of you. I won't let this slide.
I did it for your sake, bro.
My sake?
You've been deceived by Macy, you know. I saved you from that witch.
I'm not being deceived and never asked you to save me. For the record, I asked her to marry me.
Oh yeah? What's good about that old and unattractive woman? She's not suitable for you at all.
Are you mocking the woman I chose to spend my life with?
I just spoke the truth. It would have been better if you had consulted me before popping the question.
For what?
If you had, I could have strategically stopped the wedding from happening from the start.
You're determined to mess up my marriage, huh?
That depends on the person, you know. I won't allow you to marry anyone I don't approve of. I won't ever accept it if you marry an old lady like Macy.
Why do I need your permission anyway?
Because ever since I was little, my dream was to become your wife. When I learned that siblings couldn't get married, I was devastated, you know. When you choose your wife, you need to consider my opinion.
I don't care about your opinion. You'd complain no matter who it was.
Hey, can you come pick me up?
Why all of a sudden? It's not far from the venue to home. You can go back by yourself.
But I'm scared to go back alone.
Whatever.
Dad and Mom are still mad at me, right? It'd make me feel better if you went back with me, so drive me home.
I told you before, you did something deserving of reprimand. Plus, I'm at work, so I can't come. Stop hiding and just go home by yourself already.
You're lame. By the way, you're leaving Macy, right?
No, I'm not.
What? But the wedding got cancelled. Aren't you coming back home?
That's because of some insane person, but we're already married. I'm going to stay with her.
No! You must divorce her.
Never.
You won't be happy with that woman, you know. You'll definitely regret it.
Instead of worrying about me, you better start worrying about yourself.
Why? What do you mean?
I think Macy will contact you later. I have to go now.
What? Why would she contact me? Walter! Never mind. I guess she's just gonna complain about the cake thing. It's her fault anyway. Even if she contacts me, I'm not gonna apologize. Hi, Shannon. You've been texting me a few times since yesterday. Sorry I haven't replied. What do you want? If it's about the wedding cake, I'm not going to apologize. It's your fault for entrapping my brother. Huh? If it weren't for you, he would have been mine. I'm letting you off easy with just ruining your wedding. Well, we can talk about that later. I'm contacting you for something important today. What is it? You're about to graduate from university, right? Yeah, so? You struggled to find a job and finally got an offer, correct? What about it? It's really a pity. Geez, cut to the chase. My job has nothing to do with you anyway. Turns out I have a lot to do with it. How so? You lost your job. What? I might need to reconsider my approach to the recruitment interview. Hiring someone like you is a big problem. Shut up! Why should I be told that by you? You don't even know the name of your future employer's CEO? Name of the CEO? I thought I had seen your name at work, so I asked HR for the list of new hires. What? I was right. Your name was on it. I was surprised that my sister-in-law was a new hire at my company, but it was completely unexpected that she'd throw a wedding cake at the wedding. Hold on. You're the CEO of S Corporation? That's right. But you're still in your 30s. The CEO at that young age? Aw, how sweet of you to call me young. You called me an old hag not so long ago. This is the first time I've heard about this. That's odd. I'm sure I introduced myself properly when we met for the first time with your parents. I guess you weren't listening. Who wants to listen to the thief who stole my beloved brother? That thief is also the CEO of the company you got hired at. You're just messing with me, right? If you doubt it, why don't you check the official website? My photo and name should be on the About Us page. No way. So, Shannon, I'll be revoking your job offer. I am so sorry. I sincerely apologize for throwing the wedding cake at you. Please, just don't take away my job offer. Oh, poor thing. But you think you can get away so easily with what you've done? How was I supposed to know? I had no idea you were the CEO. I went through a lot to land a job at S Corporation. If I knew you were the big boss, I wouldn't have done it. Even if I weren't, what you did is unacceptable as a person. Oh no. And you know, it's not just Walter and I who suffered because of you. Our families and the guests who were looking forward to our wedding too. And not to forget the staff who prepared for it. You trampled on the feelings of many and wasted precious time. So, I'm apologizing for it. Please don't revoke the job offer. It's unfortunate, but it's been decided after discussions with HR. You'll receive a notice via email soon. Good luck with job hunting again. That's impossible. You know, there aren't many companies hiring new grads. You're the CEO, and yet, are you trying to ruin young people's futures? Are you okay for your sister-in-law to be jobless? That's not my concern. As the CEO, I can't hire you knowing you have a serious issue. This is ridiculous. Just when I thought my plan was a success. Wait, I'm not done. I'll be charging you compensation. Compensation? Why do I have to pay for that? Throwing a cake at someone can be considered as an assault or a battery after the threats you sent me. I could have filed a police report. But when I talked to your parents, they begged me not to charge you since you're still a student. In return, they promised to have you pay compensation. How am I supposed to pay? I'm just a student. We're well aware of that. They agreed to cover it for now. You owe them, so you better work hard and repay it quickly, okay? No way! I have a meeting to attend now. Speak later. Wait, Macy. Please don't leave me like this.
Hun, are you free now?
Yeah, I'm on break now. What's up?
I just got a call from Dad. Shannon's facing expulsion from the university.
Holy cow.
I was surprised too. It seems she messed up a lot even on campus.
What did she do?
She barely attended classes and was just goofing around. She was almost failing and was desperate to graduate, especially after securing that job offer. She cheated during the final exams and got caught.
Whoa. So it didn't matter if her job offer was revoked or not. She couldn't even graduate to begin with.
That's right.
What's her plan now?
She'll probably find a part-time job. She's in debt to Mom and Dad for the compensation payment, so she has to work regardless of whether full-time or not.
True.
She caused quite a bit of trouble for you.
Yeah, but I've learned from this too. I need to be more cautious in hiring decisions. I'm planning to revise the interview process with the HR manager.
Oh, wow.
You too had a lot to deal with. You had to apologize to the wedding venue and guests for the sudden cancellation. It was quite a hassle.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you're okay with it, to throw another wedding reception as a way of apology. Of course, the expenses will be covered by me.
Fantastic.
Alright then, I should get back to work now.
Okay, have a good day at work.
You too, babe.
Shannon faced a nightmare of debt afterward. Apart from my compensation, she also had to pay damages to the bridal shop and the wedding venue. Since the wedding dress I wore was a rental from a shop, she had to pay for the cleaning costs. She was also charged by the venue for the ornaments, which she damaged as she hastily fled the scene following the cake incident. Upon seeing the bill, she apparently turned pale. It's the consequence of her own actions, so she brought it upon herself. Ultimately, her parents footed the bill, but they made it clear they'd recover the full amount from her. Since losing the job offer, she recently started working part-time. No matter how much she works, all her earnings will likely go towards repaying her debts. As for me, I'm happily living in an apartment near my workplace with my love. Things are going well at work, and I aim to balance my professional and personal life, intending to enjoy each day to the fullest.
On the day after tomorrow, make sure to get up at 4 a.m.
Huh? Why?
Why? Because you have to do a lot of things for me. When you wake up, prepare a bubble bath for me. Oh, and don't forget the rose-scented bath salts. Those bath salts make my skin so smooth. It's amazing. And for breakfast, make it healthy with fruits and vegetables. It's an important day, so I absolutely don't want to eat anything with a strong smell. Also, iron my clothes and help me curl my hair. Oh, when the store opens, rush there and buy beauty supplements.
What's the important day? There wasn't anything planned for the day after tomorrow, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you serious? The day after tomorrow is the day my fiancé comes to our house.
What? Fiancé? Did you get engaged to your boyfriend Mark?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Of course, I haven't told you anything.
Why haven't you told me something so important?
Huh? Why would I need to tell you in the first place? You're just a maid, so follow your master's orders. There's no need to ask for reasons.
A maid? I'm your sister. Getting married is such a big deal. I wish you had told me earlier.
What's the point of telling you? For some loser like you, I shouldn't tell you good news like this. If I foolishly tell you, who knows what jealous actions you might take. If you try to ruin my marriage, I won't forgive you.
I won't do such a thing.
Oh really? I don't think so. You've always been a loser who meddles without knowing your place.
Come on. We're sisters, aren't we? We're family. Don't say such horrible things.
Huh? What family? You may be my sister, but we are not blood related. First of all, we became sisters after our parents remarried. Both my dad and mom are highly educated and accomplished individuals. However, your mom is so-so. But your real dad, on the other hand, is an alcoholic loser, abandoned and divorced by mom, right? With half the blood of loser running through you, you don't belong in our family. So you're basically like a maid. You're only kept in this house out of pity for dad and mom, so treat my fiancé in the same way, like a master, okay?
A maid?
What, do you have any problem?
I've said many times that if I'm causing so much trouble, I'll leave the house.
Huh? If you do that, I won't have a maid working for free anymore. Don't you understand such a simple thing? If you understood your place, you wouldn't think like that, right? You are really, really stupid.
I should be home the day after tomorrow, right?
That's right. Get up at 4 a.m. and get ready for me.
Fine.
Oh, but you don't have to introduce yourself to my fiancé.
What?
Of course. What are you surprised at? He's going to greet my family, not to a maid. So you being there would be a nuisance.
I'm your family too.
Maids are not family. That's the part where you're being intrusive, you know. It really irritates me. After you serve tea and snacks, you should immediately go to the kitchen. It's natural for a maid to live in a way that doesn't interfere with us.
Fine.
Mark, are you on the way now?
Yeah, I just got on the train a little while ago.
Got it.
I'm so nervous to meet your family. Being 3 years younger than you, I hope I don't come off as too unreliable, you know?
Don't overthink. It's gonna be okay. I'm confident my parents would really appreciate a guy like you. They would totally be on board with the marriage. I've already sung Mark's praises to my mom and dad, you know.
I'm not such an amazing guy to be praised that much.
Oh, come on. Don't be so humble. Well, I love that part of you. I can't wait to see you.
Me too.
Oh, anyway, this strange girl is staying at my place, kind of like a freeloader or something.
Strange girl?
It's kind of like a housekeeper or a maid.
A maid?
For some reason, I let her stay at my place, and she takes care of all the household chores.
Like a live-in helper, you mean?
Yeah, something like that. She will just serve the tea and snack for you. Please don't mind about her. She's not part of my family or anything, so there's no need for greetings.
I see, got it.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Hey, I'm home now. Thanks for today.
Thank you for coming today. Hey, just like I said, my mom and dad were really welcoming to you, right? There's no way someone as perfect a guy as you would be rejected. Since my mom and dad are highly educated geniuses too, they said you are the perfect fiancé.
I see.
Now, we need to choose a wedding venue, right? When can we meet next?
Hey, I want to ask you something.
What is it?
That live-in helper, her name was Lily, right?
Huh? Yeah, now that you mention it, Mom did call her that. Is something wrong with our maid? Oh, did she say something rude to you? I knew it. A maid talking to my fiancé like that? I'll scold her later. Please forgive her, okay?
She didn't say anything rude. If anything, aren't you the one being rude?
Huh? Why?
Isn't she actually your sister?
Of course not. There's no way that dirty maid is my sister.
I know someone in my family who knows Lily.
What?
Lily fled with her mother from an abusive father, and her mother remarried another man 2 years later. That man also had a stepchild, and they became sisters.
Huh?
The name Lily and her mother's name matched, and she looks a lot like her mother. Are you treating your own sister like a maid?
Wait. You might think that way, but she's just considered a maid in our family, so I don't see her as my sister. Sympathy won't change anything, Mark. With Dad being the head of the family and no blood relation, she's naturally excluded from the family. Plus, she inherited the blood of an alcoholic and abusive man. In our family of geniuses, she's the only one with a low status and is considered unintelligent. She plays the role of a housekeeper because she has no brain. We're not even related by blood. Allowing her to be a housekeeper allows her to live in our house. So, Mark, feel free to treat her like a maid, okay?
So, treating non-blood related siblings like that is how it is for you?
Well, it can't be helped.
I'm sorry, let's call off the engagement.
What?
Let's talk about it officially in person.
Wait, what?
I also want to invite both sets of parents and your sister.
Why would it come to breaking off the engagement because of the maid's story? Wait, I haven't even met your parents yet. It's sudden to talk about breaking off the engagement like this, isn't it?
We'll talk about it another time. Anyway, I can't understand your perspective.
What's going on?
Once your parents meet my father, everything will become clear. Well then, goodbye for now.
Mark? Lily, are you kidding me?
What's wrong?
What did you tell my fiancé? Because of you, it seems like the engagement might be called off.
What?
What on earth did you do?
I haven't done anything. Following your orders, I woke up at 4 in the morning and did what I was told. Served tea to your fiancé and waited in the kitchen as you said. I also wanted to talk to Mark, but I didn't.
Don't lie!
Why? What happened?
Shut up! Get out of this house!
What?
Get out of this house today!
Hello, it's Lily's number, right?
This is she? But who is this?
I visited your home today. I'm Mark, Emma's fiancé.
What? Mark?
Yes. Sorry for messaging you suddenly. Emma added me to your family group chat earlier and I found your contact info.
Ah, that group chat. I was actually kicked out of that group just now. Well, whatever. Anyway, I couldn't greet you properly during the day. I apologize. So, is there something you need from me?
Yes. First, I'd like to confirm one thing just to be sure. Is your biological father named David and from McAllen City in Texas?
Yes, but how did you know that?
I knew it, so I wasn't mistaken.
What? I don't get it.
I'm your brother.
What?
Half-brother to be exact. We have different mothers, but I'm your biological brother. I've been looking for you for a long time.
What? What do you mean? I've never heard that I have a half-brother.
I didn't know until just recently either. This may come as a bit of a shock, but may I tell you?
I'd like to hear it.
Our father, David, as you know, was a terrible man, alcoholic and prone to violence. He was also truly irresponsible in his relationships with women. Despite being married to your mother, he had a child with another woman.
No way. Are you?
Yes, I'm that child.
What? Really?
When this was discovered, your mother decided to get a divorce. My mother also cut off ties with David. Later, she married a different man. Judging by your reaction, your mother has been keeping this a secret, hasn't she?
Yes. I knew my father was an asshole, but to think he had affairs and even had children is news to me.
Maybe because you would be shocked. I think she was hiding it. My mother was the same way. But when I got engaged and moved away from home, she told me the truth. Ever since then, I've been looking for my own half-sister.
About that. What about Emma?
I haven't told her about it. But after hearing how she treated and thought about you, I decided to break off the engagement.
Break off the engagement? Ah, so that's why she...
What, did something happen?
Today she forced me to leave the house by the end of the day.
What? Oh no, it's my fault. I'm really sorry.
No, that's totally fine. I was surprised when told, but truthfully, I've wanted to leave home for a long time, so it's actually a good opportunity. I'm sure you understood that when you came to greet me today. My whole family treated me like a maid. I didn't feel very comfortable.
They kicked you out of nowhere, right? If you have nowhere else to go, would you like to come to my place?
But...
When I told my mother about you, she said she didn't know why you were being treated so badly and that she wanted to help you.
Your mother?
We've all suffered due to our despicable father. My stepfather, who is my mother's remarriage partner, shares the same feelings. Although we are only half-siblings, we are connected by blood. I want to help you.
Thank you, Mark.
Can you come out to the Greenwood station? My father and I will drive to pick you up.
Well, if it's just the train fare there, I can manage somehow.
Huh? Do you not have money by any chance? You work, right?
I am ashamed to say that my stepfather manages my salary transfer account. I only get $200 a month from it. With what I have now, I thought I could barely afford to stay overnight at a motel. After that, I thought I would have no choice but to become homeless. Thank God you reached out to me. You're a lifesaver.
Your salary was being taken away? In that case, even more so, please come to our house.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help.
No way! I can't believe my fiancé was your half-brother.
The world is small, isn't it? I was really surprised when Mark told me to.
But I don't want to break off the engagement.
You talked to him in person and officially broke off the engagement, right?
It was my only chance to get rich.
Oh, because Mark's father is a company owner?
That's right. I heard that Mark will be the next president. I wanted to be the president's wife. But thanks to you, everything's ruined. What are you going to do about it?
Hey, think about it.
What?
Mark's mother is just like my mother. She has suffered from an alcoholic and despicable partner, facing hardships.
So what?
Despite overcoming those hardships and finding happiness with her current husband, it's impossible to accept a woman with a harassment-prone attitude, treating her sister like a maid as a daughter-in-law.
What do you mean?
Besides, even Mark himself wouldn't want to marry a woman like you, who might ruin the happiness his mother worked so hard to achieve.
What the hell? What are you talking about? You are a loser who has the blood of an alcoholic scumbag flowing in you. Don't go against your master, you maid.
Mark also has the blood of that alcoholic scumbag flowing in him.
Well, that's...
Breaking off the engagement was for the best, wasn't it? At best, you can take good care of that bloodline you're so proud of.
Hey, where's the money? Are you taking your salary without my permission? Return it now.
Do you mean the money in my bank account? It's my money.
As a maid, you shouldn't have any money to spend freely. When Dad tried to withdraw your salary for this month, the card wasn't working anymore. You did something, didn't you?
I changed all my bank information. My bank information and card are now invalid.
What?
I already left that house, so I find it strange that my salary is being managed by your family. I'm not your maid or anything. As you wish, I've been trying not to get involved with you. I'm a loser who has the blood of an alcoholic scumbag flowing in me. Right? Do you have any problem with me now?
Yes, we will be in big trouble. I can't believe that out of our monthly household income of $8,000, $5,200 was your income.
Oh, that's news to me. So that's your father's income, huh? I can't believe he makes less than I do. And yet, acting like the main breadwinner of the family? That's laughable.
Give me your money and do all the household chores. Since you abandoned your maid duties, the house has become a mess.
Why don't the three of you share the responsibilities?
What do you mean?
You told me to leave, so take responsibility for your words until the end.
What's with the attitude?
I'm just saying, bye.
Wait, no, it's not like that. I mean, hey! I can't marry the rich guy anymore, and we can't live on just Dad's salary. Help me! We're a family, right?
I don't have an arrogant family like yours. Are you sure you've got the right person? Hahaha.
Don't say that! Well, I'll let you off with the housework. So, figure out the money somehow. We won't even have anything to eat tomorrow. Hey, Lily, don't ignore me. Please.
So, after cutting ties with family, I got some help from Mark's family and started living on my own. It's amazing to have a life where I can use my entire salary just for myself. Since I was used to a thrifty lifestyle, I ended up with quite a bit of extra money. I use it for savings and treating Mark and his parents well as a way of showing my gratitude. Emma and her family were struggling to get by on just Emma's dad's income. Apparently, Emma and Mom reluctantly started part-time jobs. Everyone in the family had developed a habit of spending recklessly, indulging in luxuries beyond their earnings. Before they knew it, they were drowning in debt. They've even sold the family home and are apparently facing the crisis of the family falling apart.
Riley, answer the phone. Hey, are you ignoring your mother?
Mom, what's wrong?
What do you mean, what's wrong? How many times have I called you and you ignore me?
I'm sorry, Mom. I was on the train and didn't see your call.
Huh? You're just a kid. You've been out this late?
No, I was working late.
Don't make excuses. Today is the 20th, so it's payday. I haven't received this month's money yet.
What? I told you before.
Huh?
The payday will be changed to the 15th of every month from now on.
Oh, I see.
So I can't transfer the money right away. Can you wait until the 15th of next month?
What are you talking about? That's still almost a month away. There's no way I can wait that long. I mean, your account balance isn't zero, right?
It's not zero, but...
Then you don't have to wait for your payday to transfer $2,000 from your account. You really are a stupid girl, aren't you?
I'm sorry. If I transfer the money now, it'll be hard to make it to next payday.
I don't give a shit about your life. I'm trying to support your sister, Mona, over here. You don't care if Mona can't eat?
That's...
Jesus Christ! Your father died in an accident after remarrying me. I had to raise his children, you girls, by myself. Twins, of all things. I've taken such good care of you. You should return the favor a little.
I am grateful to you for raising us, even though we aren't related by blood. But don't use Mona as a leverage.
Huh? I'm letting Mona go to high school because you asked me to. If you talk to me like that, I'll have Mona quit.
Please don't do that. I'll wire you the $2,000 right now.
Oh, you can afford it, can't you? Oh, that's right. I have a relative's wedding next month, so things will be tight. So transfer me the usual $2,000 plus $1,000, so $3,000.
I can't afford $3,000. I can't even pay my rent.
Yeah, so I don't care about that. If you get kicked out of your apartment, go live on the street. If you can't even send me a measly $3,000, then there's no point of making you work right out of junior high school.
What? You don't plan to work then? I live alone and have my own life. It's impossible for me to take care of all your living expenses too.
Look, I'm a housewife and I have to take care of the house. I don't have time to go to work. Besides, it was your decision to start living alone. Why don't you just commute from here? You went out of your way to get a job at a company so far away from home.
Well, Mona is there, so I wanted to commute from home too. But there wasn't a company nearby that would hire a junior high school graduate.
You're always making excuses like that, aren't you? If you insist on not transferring the money, you know what will happen to Mona, don't you?
Please, don't do anything to Mona.
Then transfer the money first thing tomorrow morning, okay?
Understood. Sis, it's Mona. Is this a good time? Mona, it's fine. Is it okay for you to text? Won't Mom get mad if she finds out? She's going to be out late tonight, so I'm sure it will be okay. I'll erase the whole history later. I see. Is something wrong, sis? What? Mom was yelling at someone on the phone earlier. I thought maybe it was you on the other end. Mona, you were worried about me, but I'm fine, thanks. It was the usual reminder to send money. I know. I'm sorry I put you through so much. Mom said she couldn't afford to send both twins to high school. She said one of us would have to work after middle school to pay the bills. That's why you agreed to let me go to high school. You don't have to worry about that at all. I've never been good at studying since I was in elementary school. I wanted to go out into the world without going to high school if I could, so you can enjoy your high school life to the fullest. Sis? But you're already a senior in high school, huh? Graduation will be here before you know it. Yeah, about that. What is it? I might be forced to quit high school. What? Why? There's no more money to pay my tuition. Mom told me to drop out of high school and work. No way. She says she doesn't have any money, but I send her $2,000 every month. I'm sure there's still plenty left over from Dad's estate, right? She hasn't told me anything about that. I don't know how much money she actually has saved at home. I think she used up all the money Dad left us. What? Mom can't seem to stop buying brand name clothes. I thought she was a sweet person when she first married Dad, but after he passed away, I guess her true colors started to show. Speaking of which, she asked me to deposit $3,000 this month. $3,000? A relative's wedding is coming up and things are tight, so she wants me to add $1,000. She never told me she was going to a wedding. Besides, she doesn't socialize with relatives very much. So she was lying to get money out of me. What a greedy person. She wants me to quit high school. I think she's already found a job for me. What? A job? Where? Well, it seems a friend of hers is opening a gentleman's club. She's already made arrangements for me to work there. Wait a minute. A gentleman's club is a nightclub. That's terrible. I didn't want to work in a nightclub either, so I asked her, if you don't have money, I'll get a part-time job. I just wanted to finish high school, but she seems intent on having me work in a nightclub no matter what. She wouldn't listen to me at all. She probably wanted me to work at night because it pays more than working during the day. I guess she wants me to make a quick buck and bring some money into the house. I can't believe it. She promised me that if I got a job, that she would let you finish high school. If I'd known you were going to go through this, I would never have left home. I'm sorry, Mona, that I couldn't protect you as your sister. What can you do? Your workplace was far from our house. You had no choice but to live alone. And when we say older and younger sister, you know, we're twins and the same age. You don't have to feel like you should protect your little sister. Don't beat yourself up like that. Mona, thank you. You've gotten stronger. Huh? Because when you were little, you always stuck to my side. You never left me saying, big sister, big sister. The bullies used to make you cry all the time, and I was so worried about you. I thought I had to protect you. Come on, that was a long time ago. I'm not the same person I was back then. So sis, I'm thinking of leaving this house too. What? I don't care if I have to drop out of high school to work, but I'll find a job on my own. Mona, I'm not going to be at her mercy. I want to decide my own life by myself. Don't you think so? If that woman hadn't spent father's inheritance, you might have been able to go to high school. Why should you and I have to endure so much? Our mother spent all the money our father left us. Now, she's squeezing your salary to the limit, right? But if I don't give her the money, Mona... Okay, so now I'm going to tell you. Mom, lately, she's been hitting me regardless of all that. What? Whenever she's in a bad mood, she starts hitting me. No way. It's not the first time we have been made to do chores. If she doesn't like the way I do things, she yells at me, or she makes me redo it. Honestly, I can't live with her anymore. I didn't know. I didn't know that you were being treated so badly. So, I've been thinking about when I'm going to move out, but she's always watching my every move. So I haven't had a chance to escape. But she's going on a trip with her friends in the middle of next month. I'm planning to leave then. It looks like the nightclub won't be open yet, so that's my only chance. I guess that's true. You're probably right. Mona, if there's anything I can do, let me know. I have the contact information of some of Dad's relatives. I'll talk to them about you. Okay, thanks. I'll text you again when Mom is out. Okay, let's clear the history of this conversation right away. We're not supposed to know each other's contact information. I'll see you later. I know it's going to be a while before I see you again, but take care of yourself. I'll be fine. Take care of yourself too, sis.
Hey, come on. I haven't received this month's money. Riley? Answer me.
Good evening, Yasmin.
What? Yasmin? I'm your mother, right? Your mother. Who do you think you're talking to?
I don't think of you as my mother.
Huh? You're being unusually defiant, aren't you? Today is the 15th, so it's payday, right? Now go to the bank and send the money. If you're even a day late, I'll have your entire paycheck transferred to me. Otherwise, Mona will pay for it.
I'm not going to give you a single penny more.
Huh? How can you talk back to your mother?
I told you earlier, didn't I? I don't consider you my mother.
Well, that's okay. If you're going to be that cocky with me, you don't care what happens to Mona, do you?
You can't touch her. Not only can you not touch her, you'll never see her again.
Huh? Hey, Riley. Mona is nowhere to be found.
I told you, didn't I? I told you you'd never see each other again.
So you're the one who did this. Where is Mona? Almost everything in her room is gone.
Mona's belongings were removed by my father's relatives.
What? When did this happen?
She moved out while you were on vacation.
Moved? Then where is she?
I took Mona back to my place. She's not going back there.
Don't be silly. Mona's going to work for a friend of mine next month.
Your friend's place is a nightclub, right? Mona is still in high school.
I'll make her quit high school. Let Mona make some money. I need a break. My acquaintance is happy to have a young and beautiful girl like Mona in the place. Give Mona back to me.
No. I'll send Mona to high school as before, so turn your friend down.
I can't do that. I promised them that I would get Mona to work there.
You were the one who broke the promise first, weren't you?
Huh?
You said you'd let Mona go to high school if I graduated from junior high school and got a job. It's too much to ask her to quit in her senior year of high school.
It can't be helped. We don't have any money at home. We can't make ends meet with your money. I have no choice but to ask Mona to work too.
It's your fault we're strapped for cash. You're a spendthrift, but you don't even work. You just sit around at home.
Shut up! I did my best to raise you twins. I have the right to have it easy now.
And you threatened to hurt Mona if I didn't send money. I heard that you had been messing around with Mona regardless of the money I sent you. I was forcing myself to cut back on my living expenses to send you $2,000 to $3,000 so that you wouldn't hurt Mona. How dare you trick me?
Well, of course, there are times when I have to raise my hands on her in order to discipline her. I didn't mean to hurt her.
Oh, so you think it's discipline to hit her on a whim? You didn't even do any of the housework. You only pushed Mona to do it. And you yelled at her when you didn't like the way she did things. That's not discipline. That's just abuse.
I was just strictly instructing Mona so that she wouldn't be embarrassed when she got married in the future.
Anyway, Mona will never quit high school. I would even like Mona to go to college if she can. She's so talented. But that's for Mona to decide.
You've got to be kidding. You're ruining my plans. I'm going to get Mona back. I'll make sure I get Mona home, and I'll make sure I remind her that she disrespected me.
I told you it's impossible. Mona, the one you were holding hostage, is already here. She's not going to go back there on her own. You don't know where Mona is. You probably won't see her again for the rest of your life.
Huh? Are you planning to cut ties with me?
Of course we are. Mona and I will never have anything to do with you again.
Are you abandoning your mother?
Mother? The only mother I have is my own mother, who went through the pain of giving birth to us.
But I raised you guys, didn't I? I'm more of a foster parent than a birth parent.
I'm grateful to you for taking care of me for a few years after my father died. But you have used us sisters like slaves, haven't you? How can you act like a mother after treating us so badly?
If that's the case, I'll go to your company. I'll go to your company and say, she's an ogre who wants to abandon her mother.
What? Do you know where I work?
Of course I do. It's Swiftscape Innovations in the next city over.
I already changed jobs.
Huh?
When I was working for Swiftscape, one of their clients asked me if I wanted to work for them. Swiftscape hired me as a junior high school graduate and took care of me a lot, so it was hard to decide. Their client's company had a good benefits package and paid well. My boss at the time seemed willing to let me go, So I decided to take the plunge and change jobs.
A job change? Why didn't you tell me, your mother, about such an important thing? Why didn't you tell me first?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't have been interested, right? You've always been indifferent to us sisters. You've never come to a single class meeting. And when I got a rare high score on a test, you didn't care, did you? That's why I only told Mona about my new job.
Well then, if I can't get to you through your company...
Yes. It's no use trying to get into our house. I moved to a different place because of my new job.
No way.
Also, I've already processed all the paperwork through the local municipal offices, so you won't be able to find us. You can't get close to me or Mona. Of course, I'll stop sending you money as of last month.
Wait a minute. I can't survive without your money. You can take Mona away, but just keep sending money.
What are you talking about? There's no need to send money when she's no longer in your house.
I'm your mother, right?
Can you still say that?
Hey, I apologize for what I've done. I'm also sorry for hurting Mona. So don't tell me you are going to stop sending money. You know what? I don't care if it's half of what you've been sending. Just send me half the money.
I refuse.
Huh?
On the contrary, I want you to give me back what I've been sending you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore, so I'll let you have what I've sent you so far. Well then, Yasmin, thank you for everything you've done for me. Goodbye.
Wait a minute. Riley?
Thus abandoned by her daughters, our stepmother, Yasmin, reluctantly started working part-time to make ends meet. However, since she has not worked at all for the past few years, relying on my salary, she is not very good at what she does and is constantly being yelled at by her boss. According to rumors I heard from a local junior colleague, my stepmother, perhaps due to fatigue and stress, has started to look about 20 years older than she really is. My sister was taken in by my aunt and uncle on my father's side, who cooperated fully with our escape plan. She also went to high school from our aunt and uncle's house and recently graduated without incident. After that, she received a scholarship to go to college, and now my sister is living on her own. I cannot thank my aunt and uncle enough. As for me, I have more money to spare now that I no longer send money to my stepmother. I recently moved into a slightly larger apartment. Although I live far away from my sister, I would like to continue to live life supporting each other.
Olivia, where are you? The house is a total mess. You haven't cleaned at all. Seriously? I've been calling you, but you don't even pick up the phone. Where on earth are you wandering off to?
Sorry, Maggie. I'm at the hospital right now.
Hospital?
I can't talk, so is it okay to just chat?
Why are you at the hospital?
Well, I haven't been feeling great lately, and I noticed some bleeding this morning. So just to be safe, I came to see my obstetrician to get checked out.
Oh, come on. Making such a fuss over a little bleeding? Just get some medicine and hurry back.
I can't today.
What do you mean?
I'm actually going to be admitted.
What the heck? Isn't the due date still far off? Why do you have to be admitted today?
It's not for giving birth. They found an illness.
What illness are you talking about?
I'm about to undergo some detailed tests. Depending on the results, I might not be able to come home for a while.
So while you're not here, am I supposed to take care of everything at home?
I'm sorry. So, can I ask you to tidy up the house?
Jeez, useless daughter-in-law. I'm not good at cleaning, you know.
Once I'm discharged, I'll take care of the house as before. Please bear with it for a while.
Who's talking while not even fulfilling one's duties?
But household chores aren't solely my responsibility, right? You're a housewife too, so it wouldn't hurt if you could handle things at home while I'm away.
Wow, still challenging me, huh?
I don't mean it like that.
After the baby's born, divorce Sean.
Divorce?
Yes, leave without the child.
What? That's an awful thing to say.
If you don't want a divorce, come back home instead of lounging around at the hospital.
I'm not just lounging around, you know.
I mean, if you're chatting with me like this, you must be doing okay, right?
I can manage typing, but my body's feeling pretty rough, and I can't even get out of bed.
Can you not be so whiny?
Whiny?
Pregnancy isn't an illness, you know. Back in my days, I worked right up until just before giving birth. I never complained or made excuses.
That's because nothing troublesome happened during your pregnancy, right? Besides, my illness has nothing to do with being pregnant.
Stop talking back. Regardless of what illness you have, a woman who ends up in the hospital during pregnancy is unfit to be a mother.
Jeez.
Making excuses and slacking off on housework? I'm worried if such a woman can properly raise a child. By the way, is the baby okay?
So far, everything's fine.
Oh, that's good to hear. It doesn't matter what happens to you, but if anything happens to the child, I'll hold it against you.
You've changed, Maggie.
What? All of a sudden?
Back when Arthur was alive, you were kind to me, treating me like your own daughter. Why have you been so cold to me lately?
I wanted to be a kind mother-in-law in front of him. I was a housewife relying on him. I didn't want to risk upsetting him and ending up divorced.
I see. But now, Sean's financially supporting you, right? You don't mind upsetting him?
Of course I do. But he's working abroad right now, and he won't be back for a while, so I'll do things my way during that time.
Aren't you ashamed? Sneaking around and bullying your daughter-in-law when your son isn't around?
Bullying? How scandalous. I'm just guiding you. You're trying to slack off using your pregnancy as an excuse. As a mother-in-law, I've got to discipline you strictly.
I'm not slacking off, I'm telling you.
Oh, by the way, don't you dare snitch to Sean about me telling you to get out of the house. If you do, I'll seriously kick you out, okay? Just get better soon and tidy up the house, got it?
Mom, I heard Olivia was admitted to the hospital in an emergency.
Yeah, I thought her pregnancy was going smoothly. They found a tumor in her stomach.
Then she needs treatment as soon as possible.
It's not that simple.
What do you mean?
Treatment might not be possible.
What are you saying?
According to the doctor, they could treat it if she wasn't pregnant. But treating it now might affect the baby.
No way. I'm just so unlucky. Of all times, I'm stuck on a business trip overseas and can't do anything. I wish I could rush over and be by your side right now.
It's work. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't just shorten a trip because your wife's in the hospital.
But I'm worried sick about her. I'll talk to my boss and try to come back as soon as possible.
You don't need to rush back.
Why not? Her family lives far away. They might not be able to visit easily. I have to be there for her.
But I'm here, aren't I? She's like my own daughter now. So I'll take good care of her in your place. You don't have to worry about anything.
Mom, just in case, I hope it never happens. But if it comes to choosing between her or the baby, I'd prioritize her life. Please tell that to the doctor too.
Of course. She's the love of your life. Leave her to me and you focus on your work.
Thanks. I'm counting on you, Mom.
Olivia, I went to the trouble to visit you today, but you can't even send a thank you text? Of all places, getting hospitalized in such a remote area? I'll be billing you for the taxi fare, okay?
Sorry, Maggie. I was busy all day with tests and couldn't get in touch.
Oh my. Those tests are just a waste of money, aren't they?
Excuse me?
I mean, your days are numbered, right? Why don't you just relax and don't bother with unnecessary tests?
Why would you say that? I want to live for the sake of my child.
But the doctor said it was impossible, didn't he? Just accept it as your fate.
I still can't believe this, you know? When the doctor asked me to choose between my life and the child's, you instantly said, the child, without even asking for my opinion.
Of course it's obvious. Choosing between daughter-in-law or grandchild, the grandchild wins. You're just a stranger, but the grandchild is my blood. As long as you give birth, that's all that matters.
You're terrible. Are you going to ignore Sean's wishes too?
Oh, even he wants the child to be the priority, you know?
He does? You're lying. I know he wouldn't say such a thing.
Well, he's kind-hearted. He might not say what he really feels to you, but deep down, he thinks his child is more important than his wife.
I need to ask him directly.
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Are you trying to trouble him? Since he can't say it straight out to you, I'm saying it for him. Besides, you also want to protect your baby's life more than your own, right?
Of course. I must, even if it means risking my life.
Then don't go for treatment.
But the child needs a mother. I haven't given up on living yet.
Stubborn until the end. Well, no matter how much you struggle, your life is almost up. I'll raise the grandchild well. You better start preparing for the afterlife. Olivia, I heard from the doctor in charge. There's something wrong with the baby?
Yeah. I thought she was developing fine, so I was dumbfounded. The doctor says he's not sure if she'll make it to birth. I'm in shock right now.
God damn it! What the heck did you do?
Huh?
It's your fault that there's a problem with the baby.
My fault?
Of course. It's because you got sick during pregnancy. That's why something's off with her.
That's not it. According to the doctor, the baby's abnormality is unexplained and has nothing to do with my illness.
Nope, it's definitely your fault. Your lack of self-care messed things up, affecting her.
That's not true.
If she has special needs or disabilities, I won't be taking care of her.
What? That's heartless. You were so excited about having a grandchild.
That was assuming she was normal. I'm hoping for a healthy child like my son. If a weak little girl comes out, taking care of her every day would be a hassle. I'll either put her in a facility or give her up for adoption.
Please stop. The child is innocent. Please let me raise her at home.
Huh. You can't even raise her yourself. What are you even talking about? You won't even be around when she's born, right?
True. I might not be here anymore.
But Sean wouldn't want to give up his child. Even if he wants to, I'll have a say.
What?
With him traveling abroad so often, I'll be the one raising her in the end.
Oh no.
If you hadn't gotten sick, you could have had a normal birth and raised her normally. I guess it's karma for not taking care of yourself. Well, it's too late to talk about it now. The baby's fate is up to you. If you don't want her handed off to someone else, then give birth to a strong girl, even if it's at the risk of your life.
Mom, please come to the hospital right away.
Oh, Sean, it's been a while. What's wrong?
Olivia passed away. I've informed her parents. Can you come over here too?
Have you already come back?
I came straight from the airport to the hospital.
So, is the baby okay? The due date was close.
Mom, aren't you worried about Olivia?
There's no use worrying about someone who's passed, right? She was determined to protect the baby at all costs. So she held on until after giving birth, right?
Neither of them is in this world anymore.
What?
She tried her best and gave birth, but it didn't work out. Both of them are in heaven now.
That can't be true.
Even in a haze of consciousness, she was able to hold the baby before, you know. I regret not being able to protect them, but I want to believe she departed feeling content.
Oh, I see. That's really unfortunate.
I'm disappointed in you, Mom.
Me? What are you talking about?
I saw her messaging app. You were verbally abusing her while I was away. Despite her being sick and hospitalized, you were urging her to come back soon, telling her to leave once she had the baby.
Oh no, you snooped through her phone?
When she was still semi-conscious, she asked me to see her conversation with you.
Huh. She was spiteful until the very end.
No wonder things seemed off. When she found out about her illness, the doctor said she had a high chance of recovery if she started treatment immediately. But she adamantly refused that. No matter how many times I begged her to start treatment, she didn't listen. You pressured her not to, didn't you? And lying about me prioritizing the baby?
But you know, there was no other choice. If I were told to choose between a daughter-in-law and a grandchild, it's obvious the grandchild is more important. After all, a daughter-in-law is just someone unrelated. Even you, I'm sure you want your own flesh and blood to be the priority, right? That's why I conveyed your true feelings to her. I took the blame on your behalf. You should be grateful to me, if anything.
You're messed up. Of course, the best thing was for both of them to be safe. But I could never have abandoned Olivia, who was my love, for an unborn child.
Even if you say that now, we can't bring her back to life and treat her. Can't you just let it go? Besides, it seems there were abnormalities with the baby. Even if she was born, she probably wouldn't have had a long life. Wasn't it better for Olivia to go with her baby to heaven? I bet she won't be lonely there.
Oh my God.
Well, it's too late to regret what's done. You should find a new wife and have a baby again.
Mom, are you seriously saying that?
Of course I am. You're still young, you know. There are plenty of potential partners for you. I hope the new wife will finally give birth to a boy as the son and heir. To be honest, I was disappointed to know that Olivia's baby was a girl.
What the heck?
Anyway, make sure you find a wife who's physically strong next time. I don't want another daughter-in-law who gets sick during pregnancy and causes trouble.
Unbelievable. Mom, come to the hospital right now and apologize to Olivia.
What?
You better beg for forgiveness for all the mistreatment you've done to her.
Geez, what are you saying? She's no longer in this world. What's the point of begging a ghost?
You're the worst human. Don't you have any awareness of how you made her suffer?
Well, I do feel bad for being a little harsh, but I did it on purpose to make her understand the responsibilities of a daughter-in-law. I intentionally pushed her away.
Pushed her away?
Exactly. She neglected housework and went to the hospital, and then she had the nerve to say she wasn't coming back for a while, you know? I just warned her lightly so she wouldn't take advantage of the situation and get spoiled.
She was unwell to the point that she had to be hospitalized. How could you treat her like that?
Hey, don't get so mad. Deep down, you're secretly relieved to be free from a frail wife, right?
I'm cutting ties with you, Mom.
Are you kidding me? What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
I'm moving out of the house right away.
No, you can't leave. Arthur isn't here anymore. If you leave, I'll be all alone.
Be alone and reflect on yourself.
No way. I'm not working, you know. I can't get by on just the savings.
Then get a job.
I don't want to start working at this age. I've only been a homemaker for years. No one will hire me.
You should find a way on your own.
Oh, come on. Are you really going to leave your own mother?
I don't consider you my mother anymore. I'll never forgive someone who hurt the love of my life. There's no way I can keep living with you. I don't even want to see you again.
But it's a hassle to move out so suddenly. I'll apologize for what I did to Olivia, so please reconsider cutting ties.
Luckily, I don't have much stuff, so I can move out easily. I don't plan to ever return home. It's goodbye to you, Mom.
Whatever, I get it. Then, before you go, can I have my share of the inheritance?
Inheritance?
You know, Olivia had quite a bit of savings, right? Since I'm her mother-in-law, naturally, I have the right to a portion of the inheritance, don't I?
I'm the beneficiary.
Then at least give me half.
Nope. I won't give you a single penny.
Oh, please.
I won't offer any help from now on. Live on your own.
I'm sorry, Sean. I'll come and apologize to Olivia right away. Don't say we're cutting ties.
It's too late for that. Bye.
Wait, Sean. I'm begging you, Sean. I can't live alone.
Since my mom's been left alone, she started working part-time to make a living. But she's not good at it and keeps getting scolded by her boss, leaving her exhausted every day. Her home is deteriorating, and lately, I get messages asking for help like, "Can you do something about the leaking roof?" I'm ignoring all of them. She's never been good at cleaning, so the house is like a dump now. On top of that, it's leaking, and living alone in such a rundown place must be tough. But it's the consequences of her actions. After I moved out, I rented an apartment, starting my new life on my own. Devastated by losing my family, I haven't been able to recover from it yet. But thinking that Olivia and our daughter are watching over me from heaven, I can't keep moping around forever. Even though she isn't here anymore, the happy memories will always stay with me. From now on, I want to live my life to the fullest for both of them.
Sis, you disappeared after the wedding ceremony ended. Aren't you coming to the reception? I want you to bless Masons in my happiness. Are you serious, Regina? What are you really up to? Taking over our wedding? Really? I didn't intend to take over, though. Aren't you the one trying to take over? As Mason's ex, you couldn't get over the breakup and showed up as the bride at my wedding. Quite the entrance at your sister's wedding, huh?
What? I didn't get dumped. Today was our wedding day. I booked the venue myself, prepared for the ceremony, and paid the expenses. It was genuinely our wedding. But in the morning, you were wearing the wedding dress I arranged, and Mason said he'd marry you. What is even happening?
Oh my God, it's so funny! I could see your despair, making it a memorable and amusing moment. That face, thinking about it makes me laugh. Maybe the funniest moment of my life. Sis, the dress was a bit big because you're fat, but it's a relief I managed to wear it.
Stop kidding around.
Thanks to you, it became the best wedding ever. Thank you so much, sis.
I can't believe this. My head is spinning.
You're always like this.
You've always taken what's mine. When we were kids, it was toys, snacks, and allowance. In high school, you even took my boyfriend. That's why I cut ties with you and our parents, who were always on your side.
Too bad, sis. Unfortunately, fat and boring sister like you is fated to dedicate everything to your cute sister like me.
First of all, how did you know about my wedding? I made sure not to let anyone from my family know, so no one would interfere with my life again. I mean, I relocated to the other end of the country just to make sure, you know.
I happened to have a fateful encounter with Mason, who was on a business trip to my hometown. I quickly realized that his fiancée was you. Mason is highly educated, has a high income, is tall and handsome. I thought he was too good for you.
When was that?
About a year ago, maybe?
Mason and I got engaged only 6 months ago. Both you and Mason have betrayed me for so long. Not only betraying me, but also ruining my wedding. Taking over my wedding I organized and made it yours? Oh, it really makes me furious.
You keep saying my wedding, but it's not your wedding.
It's my wedding.
Too bad. Today is my wedding. You're a loser dumped by Mason. Well, crying about it now won't change the fact that you got dumped. Mason chose me. I'm prettier and more likable than you. Mason even said he prefers me. A woman who got abandoned by such a perfect man should leave right away.
I've had enough. So fine. Mason is all yours.
What? You're giving up already?
I'm not interested in a cheater anymore. Actually, I had some second thoughts about this marriage. Probably you saved my life.
Trying to act tough, huh?
Say whatever you want. So now that you are getting married to him, do you know about his family?
Huh? What about Mason's family? Mason's father is a director of a major banking company. And his mom is a beautiful and graceful lady, right?
Did you meet them in person?
I've only seen pictures. So what? But just by looking at the pictures, I can tell they're good people. Besides, rich families usually have good personalities, you know. Maybe a poor woman like you wouldn't understand.
A person who's 27 and still depending on their parents is saying what now?
Well, I'm about to be Mason's wife soon. I'll become a wealthy, beautiful, and elegant wife.
Oh, I see. Do as you please. It'd be nice if you could become a wealthy wife.
Of course, I'm destined for it. I'm different from an ugly sister like you. A fat, 30-year-old woman, dumped by her fiancé, is heading straight for a lifetime of singlehood. Enjoy your single life, sis. It's much better to live alone than to be involved with trash like you. I'll be billing you for the venue fees and damages, though. You understand that, right? Yeah, whatever. If it means avoiding marrying a crappy old woman like you, I'll pay any amount. That's what Mason says. Both Mason and his dad are high-income, wealthy people, so paying something like compensation to you, it's nothing for them. Well then, I won't hesitate to demand it. The rest, I'll communicate through a lawyer. Don't contact me ever again. I don't need to be told. I don't want to talk to a poor loser like you. Sis, help me. It's serious. I might die like this. I'm going to your place right now. Hide me, please. Hey, why aren't you responding? You're reading this, right? Please give me a reply. What? Weren't you the one who didn't want to talk to a poor loser? If you're talking about delaying your payment, I won't agree to it at all. Pay the full amount by the end of this month. Shut up! I can't believe you. You deceived me, didn't you? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. Mason's family is insane. Oh, you finally noticed. I warned you about it, right? Not listening to advice was your fault, wasn't it? You were talking about a director dad in a big bank and a graceful mom, right? They tricked me by their appearance. When I actually met them, turns out the father is a verbally abusive guy with outdated views on gender roles, and he's got a drinking problem too. Moreover, he just works for a shady loan company with a name strikingly similar to a major bank company. The mom's all about manners, and she's really tough on me, like to a whole new level. Yesterday, she had me sit straight for a whole 10 hours, lecturing me how to be a well-mannered wife. If I lose my good posture even for a second, she will extend the lecturing time as punishment. When I said I wanted to live with Mason alone, I got slapped, and I was told not to talk back. This kind of bullying is unacceptable. Aren't Mason and you destined to be together? Then why not accept his family too? That's impossible. His mom keeps monitoring my every move. But I've been waiting for the perfect moment to escape this house. Tonight, Mason's mom is going out with friends. This is the only chance. I'm coming to your place, so please help me. Huh? Why? No way. Don't say that. We're sisters, aren't we? Let's help each other in times like this. Help each other? When did you help me? Cheating with my fiancé and stealing him on the wedding day? What kind of help is that? But as a result, you didn't end up marrying Mason, right? That means I helped you. Well, yeah. Right? So in return, help me now. But I don't like your attitude, so I'm not going to help you. What? Besides, I cut ties with you and my parents, remember? I don't consider you my sister anymore. Don't say that. Mason's job is busy, so he doesn't come home often. His dad gets drunk and causes trouble every day, and his mom bullies me every day. Sis, you are the only one I can rely on. What? Mason's job is busy? Yes. That's weird. Mason's company should be in a slow period now. I see that after working hours, the office lights are off. There's no one working late. What? Why do you know about that? Didn't I mention it? My workplace is next to Mason's office. It's an office district. We often run into each other at the lunch spot. Actually, that's how our relationship developed. Really? Me too. What? I also ran into Mason at a cafe near my home. We struck up a chat, and he came across as educated and well off. He even said, meeting a pretty girl like you during a work trip feels like fate. He approached me so passionately, and I was kinda into it. And when I found out he was engaged to you, well, we ended up staying at a hotel for a night.
Oh, I knew it.
What?
That's Mason's usual tactic. Ironically, both of us fell for that trick.
Huh? What do you mean?
After breaking off the engagement, I couldn't stand it. So I hired a private investigator to investigate Mason's background. And what came out was quite surprising. He made girlfriends in various places during his business trips. It seems he was juggling relationships with 7 different women.
7? Are you kidding me?
He did break up with some after getting engaged to me, but you and 1 other woman remained. Mason lied to you about being busy with work while meeting another woman.
Oh my God!
The place where that woman lives is quite far from here. He probably thought he wouldn't get caught even if he kept those relationships. Going to meet her would require time and money, so he used the excuse of being busy with work. Leaving you alone after getting married and going on dates with her? She must be quite important to him, huh?
That can't be true. You're definitely lying. You're just trying to deceive me because you're upset that Mason chose me, right?
To be honest, I was surprised too. Seriously, breaking up with that jerk was the right move.
He's the worst. It's all your fault that this happened. If you hadn't been with Mason, I would not be with him or taken over the wedding.
You can say whatever you want. It doesn't change the facts. With a dad who's all about verbal abuse and a mom into bullying, he grew up in that mess. I used to think he was the exception, and he turning out okay despite that kind of parents. I guess he just pretended to be a decent guy before our engagement. And he works for a respectable company too. But that family, they were all similar. There's something wrong with that family.
Oh no! Then what should I do? Being lectured every day? Redoing the cleaning multiple times? I'm yelled at and scolded and I can't take it anymore.
Why don't you just run away to your parents' house? Mom and Dad love you so much that they'll hide you, right?
I can't. I got kicked out of my parents' house.
Really? That's surprising. Our parents have always loved you very much. They've been supporting you since I left home, even though you've been unemployed. And now, all of a sudden, they kicked you out?
Well, I didn't know about this before, but Dad's cousin almost stole Mom from him when they were young. When he found out I had taken over your wedding and stole your fiancé, he got really mad. He told me never to come back to the house again. Isn't that awful?
That sounds like a perfectly reasonable thing to say. Our parents were a little on the sane side after all.
So tonight, I'm running away to your house, okay? You'll help your cute sister, right?
You know where I live?
Of course I know where you live. When you were dating him, you two were practically living together. He told me where you live.
Oh, I moved out of there.
What?
I knew that if you and Mason knew where I lived, it wouldn't be good for me. After I broke up with him, I moved out.
Then give me your new address, please. Tonight is my only chance to get out of here.
I don't want to.
Why not?
I'm glad about how my marriage turned out. But even without that, all you've ever thought about is stealing important things from me. You look down on me and make fun of me. I can't believe you're my sister, and I'm not going to help you.
Don't say that. Then give me the proof of the affair that your private investigator found.
Why?
If I have proof of the affair, I can get a divorce too.
No way. You two are destined for each other, right? Then be a good wife and do your best.
No way could I be with a man who had 7 girlfriends. He must have said and done the same things to everyone.
I guess so.
Anyway, I need to get out of this house. Living in this place is driving me crazy. I won't bother my sister from now on. I'm serious. I'll start my life over as a new person.
If you won't bother me, don't contact me anymore.
I promise I won't bother you anymore. Just help me today.
You're on your own.
Oh, wait.
What?
I was packing to run away tonight. I think Mason's mom saw me. Oh my God, no way. She said she's not going out with her friends anymore.
Of course. She'd notice if you were packing. Are you dumb?
I have a lot of important things like clothes and accessories. You know, there's something really wrong with this family.
What now?
I told Mason's mom about the affair. She said a wife must forgive her husband's affairs with an open heart. That's terrible.
Is it really your place to say such a thing? Mason was originally my fiancé, and you stole him from me. You took over my entire wedding ceremony and looked so happy. You got together at the end of the affair, so you have to forgive him too.
No way! I didn't take him away from you for this to happen. If I took away a highly educated, well-paid, handsome man, I thought an elegant, wealthy lifestyle was waiting for me.
You got what you deserved, didn't you?
Hey sis, think about it. Both of us were victims of this cheater. Why are you so cold to me?
How can you call us the same victim? You stole my fiancé knowing that he was engaged to me. So for me, you are not the victim.
But that's terrible. If I don't do something about it, I'll be bullied at Mason's parents' house forever. And I'll go insane from the stress.
Don't worry. You are already insane. It won't make much difference now.
Oh no, I can't believe you, sis. It's all your fault. If you hadn't gone out with him, if you hadn't been engaged to him, none of this would have happened. Give me back my life.
You put your own life in jeopardy. You can rebuild it yourself.
Oh no.
Good luck. Regina seems to have confronted Mason about his affair and tried to get a divorce. However, Mason called all of his side chicks on the spot to break up with all of them and promised in front of Regina and his parents that he would never cheat on Regina ever again. That left Regina with no choice but to stay married to him. But she never gave up. Regina leaked Mason's affair to his workplace. Once again, she tried to divorce him, but her plan failed. Mason had to quit and change his job to a lower-paying one. Because of the drop in income, he was unable to pay the alimony and damages that I had charged them. In the end, he borrowed money from his father's shady loan company. Upon being told by Mason with a smile, "Let's work together as a team to repay it," Regina went crazy. She went on a rampage and tried to escape the house. But her in-laws and Mason seized her, and from then on, she lost hope of escaping from the crazy family.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.